Okay, first order of business. Today, cleaning up the cabin. Gonna clean up the cabin, get ready for the season here. I'm gonna swap out that stove if I can. I gotta vacuum it out first, but I'll vacuum up all this other debris and stuff on the floor and just get the cabin ready. Yeah, majority of this floor I'm going to sweep. I'm going to vacuum in the corners and the hard to reach places with the vacuum cleaner. All right, making some headway here. Just giving the counter a quick sweep, reorganize it. Shaping up pretty nicely here in the cabin. It was quite dirty. There's a lot of ash in here. I see there's a piece of plastic in there. Blow that thing out. Whew. Guess I should have did this before I cleaned out the cabin. Ooh, what's going on here? Why we got dust blowing? Okay, now let's get the stove out of here. So I've had this stove in the cabin for a couple seasons now, and I am not a huge fan of it. It sucks. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to keep it, I think. And I don't know, maybe incorporate it in the outdoor kitchen somehow. I don't know. I don't know. Time will tell. Okay, we'll give this a quick little chimney sweep with the spruce boughs. Stick that vacuum up there. See what comes of it. Well, it kind of looks like I'm going to need a new section of pipe. I forgot I had to trim the old pipe down about yay far for that new stove, so have to order up a new piece of pipe and trim it down to the proper size. Then we can get going with this airtight heater. Just about finished with the interior of the cabin. So I'm gonna give the porch here a quick sweep. Kind of organize things a little bit better. Then I can get going on to lawn maintenance. Do the final cut for the year. Whippersnipping and cutting the lawn with the lawnmower. Man, that stove is really dirty. And how I twisted my ankle. Took a step off of here and I kind of on the edge here and rolled it like that. And it really hurt. Like I landed on the ground there, it hurt so much. Laid there for a few minutes and then the pain kind of subsided a bit. Got back up, kind of walked it off a little bit and then carried on. But throughout the day, it just got worse and worse. So had to cut that episode short and had to go into mend for a few days. Had it up there the next day all day, and then I took it really light the next few days after. And even a week or so after, it was still pretty stiff, so I had to do some physio and loosen it up. It's kind of why I missed the last episode, as it were, the scheduled episode. Supposed to have one out a week in between, well, the last one and the other one. Anyway, I missed a week, so hopefully this kind of makes up for it. 3 episodes in this month. I wanted to get 4, but I had to heal up. Great. 1 tank of fuel through this thing, and I've got a decent amount of area cut. Seems easier this time, I think, because the growing season has slowed down quite a bit to, I think, we're the point it stopped. So it's basically just trimming up shorter brush, not like in the summertime where it's just growing like gangbusters. So I'll just finish up the section I'm on. I'm not going to bother doing behind the cabin because it's still pretty short from the last time I did it. But I'll get that done and then get on to mowing the lawn. The lawnmower, get that all cut up. And then processing firewood. Got some logs that I've got to buck up into rounds. And then get a pile situated over by the outdoor kitchen firewood shed, and then start splitting. Turned out to be a gorgeous day today. And I think it's the perfect temperature to be working. Not too hot, not too cold. Actually a little cooler would be all right. I wouldn't mind that. Unfortunately, it's warm enough for the bugs to be out, so I'm dealing with the no-see-ums. At first when I started doing the grass cutting, trimming and stuff like that, it wasn't so bad, but as the warmth of the day came and woke them up and they're out and about. No mosquitoes, no wasps though, so that's good. Mind you, we're near the end of September now, so the bug activity should be starting to spool down here. I suspect in another month or so they'll be non-existent. But anyway, the big chore of the day is finished. The lawn upkeep takes quite a bit of time. A couple hours anyway with the old push mower, and then with the gas trimmer, walking around with that thing for a little while. It takes a little while, but this will be the last time of this year I'll be doing it. Everything's more or less stopped growing now, so just keep everything trimmed down and ready for winter. So I'm just gonna have a quick break here, and then I've got a couple logs I want to gather, and I want to start bucking up into rounds over by the second firewood shed there for the outdoor kitchen. And I got a bunch of junk I got to pick up around the cabin, garbage cleanup sort of thing. I'm glad the cabin's all cleaned out and ready to go. I just got to get a length of stovepipe that will fit that stovepipe that I'm missing. And then I'll be able to utilize that airtight heater. I think with that one I'm going to put some fire bricks on the bottom and light coating of sand just to protect the bottom. It's the metal is so light gauge, like the heat eventually just cooks right through it. So having that little extra layer of protection be well worth it, because they don't make those things anymore. Side and then pull right where the kind of where I made the cut just above it with the strap and pull it down from my truck. It was pretty sketchy. Not for YouTube. Every safety officer in the world would get definitely not be OH&S compliant. Get these logs over to where I want the truck. This is still pretty wet, even though it's dead. Easy to split though. Yeah, this wood here, it'll be for outdoor use only. It's that outdoor fire pit by the outdoor kitchen here. I like burning the nicer wood in the cabin. This poplar stinks. Especially the rotten stuff. Like maybe if you were to fall some green poplar and let it season properly, it might smell alright, but this stuff here, nope. I was going to get this fire going and start supper. All right, today we'll be making up a little bit of deer stew. Although it's not a super cold day out today, it's still the first couple days of fall. And I think that warrants having a stew. There's gonna be a lot of meat in this stew. Run this out to the fire, get it preheating. Got some pretty simple basic vegetables here. All I've got tonight is carrots, a couple potatoes, and an onion. I got bay leaf here as well. Might throw one of those in just for the flavor. Oh, and a tomato. I like throwing tomatoes into my stew. Just adds that extra flavor. So right now, I got the meat kind of browning up by itself. Seasoned, of course. Let that brown up for a little bit. And then I'll throw these vegetables in and simmer till done. Small pieces of onion tonight. I like onion in my meals. Okay. There, let's let that simmer up for a while. Got some gravy that I can throw in at the end, finish it off. And we'll season to taste. Should turn out pretty good. It's got a thickener up now, I think. Oh wow, that looks great. Can't wait. That is hot. Tell you that right now. Sure smells good though. Ooh. Definitely hot. Ooh, that's really hot. Burning. Oh. Ooh, burning as it was going down, holy. The geese have been flying all day. Sure sign of fall. Man, the yard looks really nice right now. With all the trimmed grass, all nice and green. Looks clean, neat. Just have to work on this part over here. It's come a long way over the past couple of years. Before it was just a little cabin. Then I got that firewood shed going. And then we got the yard kind of landscaped and plugging away at these other projects. Garden, second firewood shed, and the outdoor kitchen. It's really coming along nicely. Well, you couldn't ask for a better day to come out to the cabin here, to the property, and do all that winter prep. Get all that firewood cut up. Get all the grass cut, looking really nice. Nice and neat and cleaned up for winter. I still got some things to do. I got to tackle this wood pile over here, and then I'm going to start tackling this spruce here up by the cabin for inside the firewood shed for the cabin. It's all nice and seasoned spruce. I think I got enough in here for the winter. Maybe. I'm going to go get some more wood here come the next few weeks. There's a couple more standing dead I can go grab, and I want to knock down a couple big green spruce, and kind of let them season up for the next year. It'll be nice and dry by next fall. But yeah, the property is looking really good, so I'm really impressed with it. And it was nice having that first cookout of the fall, having a nice stew, even though it's like still pretty warm out. Bugs are still flying around. It's getting really cool in the morning, so we're down to 2 degrees above freezing. So we were this morning. It's supposed to be the same thing tomorrow morning, so fall's getting here slowly. So these warmer afternoons are kind of killing the vibe, but with all the leaves turning color, and the weather is actually really nice, so I'm kind of looking for the days when it's starting to snow, get really cold. We'll be all set up for that when that happens, though. Anyway, I think that'll be it for today. If you made it with me this far, I thank you, and we'll talk to you later.